Lately, I've been enjoying Deep Rock Galactic. When I'm done with work and I come home, I found a great way to unwind is to jump into a different kind of work. Grabbing a gun, hopping on a drop pod, and venturing into the caves of Hoxie's 4. Deep Rock Galactic is a sterling example of a very relaxing type of game. It's in the same genre as Power Wash Simulator, Viscera Clean of Detail, or Hard Space Shipbreaker. A lot of sci-fi. A work sim. You're given a job to complete and the tools to complete it. If there is a story, it advances mostly in the background and without majorly altering the gameplay. DRG is perhaps the loosest example of this subgenre, as it's a lot more violent and a lot less methodical. Although just diving in and chasing the objective is a good way to get yourself killed, you're encouraged to stop and take the time to strip out the miscellaneous resources. DRG features no hard time limit, so you have all the time required to do this. And in Power Wash Simulator, you'll never be beset by giant bugs keen on ripping your liver out. I haven't played too much DRG yet, but I'd still like to dissect it a little. Why don't you join me for a mission? We can take a closer look. Welcome to the Space Rig. Here is our home base of operations, and oh boy, there's already just so much to discuss. Firstly, the number of things to do on the Space Rig is just unnecessary in the best possible way. Like the bar. Sure, the beer of the day can give you a beneficial effect on your next mission, but you also have some funnier options. There's also a jukebox that allows you to dance, and you can tip the bartender, Lloyd. These both provide no benefits. You can find jet boots up here, a soccer-like game down here, a barrel-kicking game down here, and more. These all lend to DRG's strong sense of camaraderie. It's hard not to feel a sense of unity. Literally, we're apparently unionized. But this is exemplified in one simple mechanic.
Rock and stone, yeah!
A pick to the sky and a hearty cheer of Rockin' Stone. A demonstration of excitement so simple, any dwarf can get behind it with their own. The powerful rallying cry of a dwarf with a very stupid plan. So, we've had our beer, loaded our equipment, and it's time to launch. Slap the dice, give a cheer, and down we drop. Down, down, down into the depths of Hoxie's 4, bringing to light another important part of DRG. You aren't special. You're just another employee. Even the guy in charge of you is no one special. You are a random dwarf sent to what will likely be your death. When you start an extraction, there's a limited amount of time to make sure you can escape as well.
The mule has been successfully retrieved. Make it snappy, team. The drop pod won't hang around forever.
The gate slides open, and we step out into the caves. Up the pod goes, leaving us alone in the dark, echoey caves of DRG. And this game's style is perfect. It employs a simple polygonal style for its geometry, a necessity for your ability to alter the shape of the cavescape. The darkness may be oppressive, but you're kept company by a robotic pal. As a solo miner, I don't appreciate the company of fellow dwarves, but instead the assistance of Bosco. Assigned to assist me by the company, this little pal carries out simple tasks. But even Bosco can respond to your cheer. Together we set out to complete our job. We need to mine some morkite and gather some ebo nuts. It's not long before we're beset by our first swarm, and we can begin to appreciate the combat of DRG. DRG's combat can get decently complex. The corporate sabotage missions include a fairly involved boss fight, and other bosses can be found in the caves. But the standard bugs are nothing impressive. The sheer number of them is your only real concern. No matter what their abilities, bullets put these bugs down. Even with armor, an armor-piercing upgrade renders them moot. Which brings us to your most important equipment, your No More Bugs fulfillment tools. As a gunner main, my weapons are generally the biggest and deadliest, and the feel of using these guns is just so satisfying. The subtle details of reloading every gun, the whirring buildup of the lead storm, the rhythmic blasting of the hurricane. Bugs are blown to bits in a gorgeously gross display of green, and the environment is chewed up by the projectiles ripping into it. Sound design is a strong point of DRG. The audio wizards really worked their magic with this one. These sounds, while nothing special on their own, fill out positive feedback for the actions you take. Now, we've done what we were told, and we summon the drop pod, beginning the mad dash to the escape. The bugs begin to stir, crawling out of the walls, and we have mere minutes to navigate our way back through the tangled cave. Boarding the drop pod, the gate closes behind us and we begin to ascend. Mission accomplished. DRG does an excellent job at creating a feeling of satisfaction, but in this process, all we have discussed before now is secondary. Above all, Deep Rock Galactic sells the player on a fantasy. Not a world-saving fantasy, or the kind where you punch Nazis in the throat, but of an idealized blue-collar job. You don't get paid near as much as you should, your work is underappreciated, and the conditions you work in suck. But the dwarves find solidarity amongst each other, and through complaining. Anyone who has worked any job knows what that's like. It's a very human kind of emotion, finding solidarity in misery and happiness from the satisfaction of hard work and a job well done. DRG is one of the most satisfying, immersive, fun gaming experiences of recent years. And if you've been avoiding picking it up because it's multiplayer focused, consider my solo adventure a sign to give it a shot. Well, hello! This video was made on a bit of a whim. Another video in the works is taking quite a while, and I wanted to pause and make something else. Deep Rock Galactic seemed like the perfect candidate. I really wanted to dig into the mentality of why I found the game so enjoyable. I think I got a pretty good look. Thanks for listening.